back to gangster rap around that time? Because I know you said that it was like gangs and crack were like peanut butter and jelly, a perfect storm for the explosion of gangster rap. We've mentioned that several times, but specifically there was something that happened around that time that didn't happen in music often, if ever, but this was right around the time where we started calling women bees and hoes. You know, it used to be, hey, baby, you know, hey, mama, what's up, sexy, and in the songs. And then, you know, 89, 90, 91, we started calling women bees and hoes. You know, when you first heard that aspect, what were your general thoughts? And do you think that had some effect on how younger men treated women back then?
I was not feeling it at all, man. I was not feeling, never cared for it. I've always given the women the benefit of the doubt. You are a lady till you prove yourself different. That's just me. I was raised that way. In fact, when we had that we had it's a story in my book. We called Jerry Heller, because Jerry Heller was representing Eazy E. He was one of the first ones to start doing that from a hip hop perspective. And hey, man, we can't do that, man. We can't roll. If you roll with him, we can't roll with you. Okay, ain't gonna work. And we understand this, and this is something that I did not realize till recently myself. I'm a baby boomer. I'm born in the 50s. By 59 and 60, you got your Gen X. Different mindset. They didn't get their ass whooped at school. They didn't get what I got. Okay, so to call somebody that, this is when you start not having repercussions from your actions. You can do it, yeah, somebody don't like it, but still, what you gonna do? And also, it was about shock value. Now, understand this: Dolomite and other people have been calling them bitches and hoes forever. Richard Pryor, you know, bitches, hoes, niggas, everything. But it was Richard Pryor. It was a certain section of society that was only exposed to that on a regular basis. You had to go to a certain part of the record store. It was only exposed to a certain element. Grown folks who were over a certain age could only exposed to these records. It wasn't on YouTube. You didn't hear Richard Pryor on YouTube back then. He wasn't on the radio. You had to go to that store and buy that record, put the kids to bed, and play that shit. And whatever, bitch, you know, oh, sing that song, you bitch. You know, that shit was funny because it was new, it was different. And I remember, man, I'll never forget one time, a woman called my mama, a B. Man, it was about to go down. My old man had to pick moms up and carry her to the house. No. We never. So when you raise a certain way, you automatically get programmed a certain way. And if that's something that you see regularly in your life, it don't have the same effect. Nobody feels it.
Now you have young girls that are proud to be called bad bees. Oh, I'm a bad bee. But back then you said your mom was ready to in the world when somebody called her.
No, she about to crash out. Okay. She about to crash out over being called a bee. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should play GTA or something, or San Andreas. I don't really play video games. I play.
Yeah, someone in the chat asked if you played Grand Theft Auto 5.
No, I don't play the doc.
Did you play video games back in the day, Lonzo? Like, did you ever do Atari and all that? Or did you, the stand-up video games, Pac-Man, Galaga?
I was the king of that shit. I was telling my friend the other day, man, I'd go to an arcade with about $30, $40 and be there for hours. Galaga, Pac-Man, Asteroids, all been my hand. Probably got Corporal Tunnel right now playing all that shit. Even when they came out with Atari, and I'm gonna fuck y'all up. In television, I was probably one of the first black men ever had it in television. You don't know
what
I'm talking about.
Write that down. I know ColecoVision. I don't know in television.
This in television by Mattel. Mattel was one of the first ones to make video games. And the controller, it was you didn't have a stick. You had like a little disc and you had to roll your thumb around to control it. Man, that shit got my
I remember seeing that back in the day, yep.
Okay. Look up at Scoop. Google and television. I was sitting
I'm
when I
looking
had
at
the
it right
club.
now. Yeah.
They came out around the time I had the club in the late 80s, early 80s, late 70s. And that's all I did was play them shits all day long. Okay. They only had like 5 games though. They only had like 5 games. I played ping pong by myself, ping pong with my girl, ping pong with my partner. And I can't recall playing Pac-Man with on a home game. But man, I'd cash out. I'd take all the quarters from the club, and me and my girl would go to an arcade and just post up. We play together, play separately. And I was talking about that the other day. I was in Lakewood, and I was talking to a friend of mine how this restaurant used to be an arcade. I spent a lot of money and time over there. Yes, even after dark, we had video games. Even after dark, man, leave me alone. I'm playing Miss Pac-Man. Leave me alone. Okay. But after a while, I was a big pinball player. When pinball first came out, man, every time I got a dime, yes, a dime, I'd run to the pinball machine. I'd run to the pinball. I loved that shit, man. But after a while, you had to grow up and do some other shit.
Now you got 50-year-old mofos still playing video games 8 hours a day. I'm like, how do you do that, man?
I don't know how you do that and still function, man. You know, you have to give up something. And when you see some of the things, if you start paying attention to it, look at the guys that's playing video games 8-10 hours a day, or 4 or 5 hours a day, and see how they living, where they live.
House a little dirty, probably. You know, dishes a little stacked up, maybe.
Dish a little stacked up. Might be living with their mama or somebody else, because you ain't got time to make no money. You ain't got time to make no money. I used to shoot pool back when I was a youngster. That was my thing. In college, I shot pool. I've had a pool table around me pretty much all my life. But when I got about 18, 19, I started playing a lot more. We go to the pool hall for six hours at a time. Wouldn't be shit. And me and my girlfriend would go on dates back at the pool hall, same pool hall I play at right now. And we would hustle. I don't know how you hustle on video games. I don't know. You hustle through Bitcoin or what? Something I don't know. But we would hustle. We had a little group of cats. We take to the pool hall, and $2, $5. $5 was a big game. That was a stressful game, man, back in the day. But I don't know how you would hustle on playing video games.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way. I know there's gambling is huge in the esports arena, whatever, you know, now. So yeah, they bet on this in Vegas, Lonzo. Like, it's crazy. This esports thing is a multi-billion-dollar industry now.
Hey man, I know people make money at it, but again, if you ain't making money at it, how you living?